Hey fellow tennis nerds, I hope all is well. It's time to look at the Wimbledon ladies singles draw of 2022. Last video we talked about the men's draw, time for the women. Very open, many strong players. Serena Williams is back after a year of not playing, so that's going to be exciting. Is she going to have a successful tournament? Can she win Grand Slam number 24? Big question mark. Keen to hear your opinions. Put them in the comments below. We also have Iga Świątek. She hasn't played any grass court matches. Completely demolished every opposition during the clay court season, as you know, but how good is she on grass? Round of 16 last year, lost to Ons Jabeur, and the 2 years before, 2019, she lost in the first round. So she's not as comfortable on grass as she is on clay. So I'm not sure how far she will go. She's not my prediction to win the tournament, but let's get into it. So we do it quarter by quarter, and before we do that, I want to thank Fuzzy Yellow Balls for the singles playbook for sponsoring my videos. Great way to learn tactics, strategy, and you have videos accompanying these examples, how to beat pushers, aggressive baseliners, different combinations you can use in your game. So check this one out, the link is in the description. All right, so quarter one, then we have Świątek, of course. Pretty tough draw, I would say. Danka Kovinic already in the second round is a tough opponent for her. If Kovinic is in good shape, she's not maybe the best grass court player, but still a tough opponent. Tomjanovic, Putintseva, quite a few strong player. Alice Cornet maybe could have a good tournament. Who knows? The player I think is going to go to the quarters alongside Świątek, because I do predict that Świątek will reach the quarterfinals, is Bianca Andreescu, who reached the final the week before on grass and seems to be in good form. So I think those two players are the ones to really look out for. I think Świątek will find a way to play well on grass. I mean, round 16 was not a big shame last year, so I think she will find a way. Mentally, she is the strongest player, I think, in the field, and that's why I rate her chances pretty good for the quarters at least. There's some interesting other players: Sloane Stephens, Garbiñe Muguruza. But Muguruza is very much up and down, very hard to predict how she will do, although she's won the title before. Barbora Krejcikova, some injuries here and there, better on clay, so it's also tough to predict. Jessica Pegula, I'm not sure where she is form-wise. So good, strong players, but not that easy to see any clear favorites beyond Świątek and, in my opinion, Andreescu. So those two for quarter one is my prediction. Quarter two, probably the strongest quarter, I would say. Just listen to this: Paula Badosa, Petra Kvitova, Camila Giorgi, Simona Halep, Coco Gauff, Anisimova, Sorribes Tormo, and Pliskova. They're all the seeds there. But then we have Serena Williams in this part of the draw as well, coming in as a wild card, and obviously gonna put some fear into players for sure. How good would she be? I think she hasn't played in a whole year. She played doubles tournament the week before with Ons Jabeur. I doubt that she can come in 1 year of rest pretty much and just win this title. I think she's here to win, but I still think it's pretty much impossible on this level. So she might get through a few matches, but overall I think the women's game is so tough these days, so hard to predict, that I don't see how you can just stay away from the sport for a year and then come back and win a Grand Slam. I don't think that's very realistic. My prediction for this one is that Petra Kvitova, who actually picked up a title, seems to be in great form. The week before she won a title, and I think she's gonna take this one and go to the quarterfinals. I predict a strong tournament for her based on some gut feeling and form. I think form is very important on grass, and that you're a good grass court player. So those two things are the main characteristics to look at. If you're not comfortable on grass, I wouldn't predict you to do well. So I have actually Kvitova instead of Badosa on that side, and Pliskova. Pliskova obviously having been a Wimbledon finalist where she lost to Ash Barty, and very much liking the grass. So I think Pliskova will do well in this part of the draw as well. Obviously Coco Gauff will be the third player that I really rate, that could beat anyone and reach the quarterfinals, but I still will predict these two for now, and I think Serena will lose maybe around 3 or something like that. We will see. Very curious. We're a lot of fun that she joins. Here you have Coco Gauff's string tension as published on the Wimbledon official website. So thanks for the email there. Interesting to find some string and string tension info there. Quarter 3, we have a few seeds: Danielle Collins, Alison Risk, Shuai Sheng, Raducanu, Kerber, Mertens, Kaya Kanepi, and Ons Jabeur. Ons Jabeur is the player I think that will win the title, actually. That's my prediction, but we'll get to that. I think she can play really well on grass. She showed last year that she has the game for it. I think mentally she's putting more and more things together, becoming more of a professional. So I predict her to go through with this quarter. Then the second player from this quarter to go through, I mean, Raducanu has Van Uytvanck in the first round, and Uytvanck has won like 12 grass court matches already. So I don't predict Raducanu to win that one. So I think she will be out, which would be sad for the British audience, of course. But you can't put too much pressure on her already. Caroline Garcia was the player who managed to win a title before, so I'm going with the informed players. And I think Garcia here and Ons Jabeur is going to reach the quarterfinals from quarter 3. But this one was very tough to predict. I was pretty sure about Ons Jabeur, but then I find it difficult. Quarter 4, we have Maria Sakkari, very strong competitor. Sometimes she can choke away some wins, but she has the game and the skill to reach the quarterfinals. That's my pick there. Some other very good players: Belinda Bencic, decent results on grass, finalist. Ostapenko also finalist on grass the weeks before. Haddad Maia, 2 grass court titles from Brazil, moving up the rankings. Annette Kontaveit hasn't played since the French Open, so I don't predict her to come in and do something amazing here. So my 2 picks from this quarter would be Maria Sakkari and Haddad Maia from Brazil. I think those 2 players will move on to the quarterfinals. This leaves us with the following lineup. So we have Swiatek versus Andreescu, Kvitova versus Pliskova, Garcia versus Jabeur, Sakkari versus Haddad Maia. And my predictions is that Swiatek and Kvitova will win their matches, and Jabeur and Sakkari. So those semifinals are pretty mouth-watering. I'm going out on a limb a bit to say that Kvitova, after not having these amazing results for a long time, is coming back to do all this, but I think there's a chance for it looking at the draw. And in the end, I think Jabeur will defeat Kvitova in the final. I think Kvitova will beat Swiatek, which is going out there for sure. If Swiatek is in the semifinals, she might keep winning, you might argue, but I still think there's something to this grass court thing. And I think Jabeur winning is not outrageous. It's a lot more gutsy than my men's predictions, but I think that there's a lot more openings here. The field is very strong. On the WTA Tour, it's much harder to predict, besides this clay court season, which was very easy because Swiatek is so good on clay. But here on grass, I think it's very, very much an open race. That's why I'm keen to hear your opinions. Who do you rank to win? What will the quarters look like? Do you have any cool upsets in the first couple of rounds? Let me know in the comments below. But those are my thoughts about the ladies singles Wimbledon draw 2022. Action starts tomorrow, Monday. Very keen to watch that. I'll try to keep up reports and social media posts. Check out tennisnerd.net and Twitter, Instagram, and so on for some Wimbledon stuff. That is all for now. Please support me by checking out the links in the description, joining Patreon, or buying something from Tennis Warehouse through my links. That helps a lot. Have a nice day now, and don't forget to play some tennis.